So, what exactly is the strategy journey? And why is it important to know what it is and how to use it? Well, let's get into that now. In the business world, there is an almost accepted level of waste. That's right. We'd all like to think of businesses as being productive, as they are the lifeblood of every economy, right? But actually, there is a lot of waste. And this waste is in both time, which you can never get back, and resources. The reality is that we actually live in a world full of failure. I don't want to be negative, but you need to understand this so you can work out how to turn things around. In early stage small businesses, the level of failure has been reported to be over 50% in the first 5 years. This doesn't include the opportunity cost a business incurs, the time and resources spent before it finds the right pivot and is able to scale and grow. It's even worse for tech startups, as 92% of them fail within 3 years from running out of money, of course. In larger corporations, hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions, are being spent annually around the world on business transformation projects, despite a consistent statistic that states almost 70% of organizations fail to achieve business outcomes that are aligned to their strategic objectives. And over $109 million for every billion is lost due to project failure. So why all this wasted opportunity? How is that possible? Research has shown that this level of waste is not caused by a lack of strategy in business and organizations, but rather the inability to execute strategies. Organizations lack cohesion as they move through their strategy journeys from concept to implementation. In fact, as strategies move from top down or bottom up, the core objectives can often be lost in translation. Organizations beyond the 3 to 5 person startup, assuming they have a strategy, begin to diverge. They struggle to align strategies that have been designed in isolation of each other, in silos. So what? Growth and expansion is the reason for the waste? How can that be, when it's the opposite of what the business is trying to achieve? The strategy journey describes the 5 stages that businesses and organizations of all shapes and sizes move through when they're implementing change, be it a new innovative idea or a solution to a problem. These 5 changes are motivation and leadership. This is about setting the direction and purpose of the business and organization, and it takes leadership to do that properly. Leaders have to be agile and adapt their organization to the changing digital environment that we live in today as well. Business design. This is where the benefit to customers is designed and the money's made. A business needs to have good commercialized offerings as part of its business model. Business design is a key strategy here that must also change with the times. Value design. This is about how the business will deliver the value. And what is that value? It's about identifying what capabilities are required to create that value within an organization as part of its value chain, and also across the industry ecosystem, or ecosystems where the business chooses to operate, and creating a unique position for the business. Business architecture. A successful business is often backed by a well-run organization. How you architect and orchestrate how the organization is running, front to back or end to end, is key. Covering all of those people, processes, data, and technology systems, of course. And finally, business transformation. Well, the business and organization needs to evolve or evaporate. It's so important in this digital age to stay relevant and innovate to stay ahead of the game. So business transformation, and especially digital transformation, is key. All organizations, big or small, are actually continuously navigating through these 5 stages along their business journeys, and it's all about how they're doing it that will make the difference between success and failure. There are many great reference books, techniques, and resources which are great for supporting some of the stages of the front-to-back or end-to-end journey. But these cover the business model, or change management and transformation only. This has resulted in even more people working in silos across strategy and change itself. A method that glues and joins it all together is what's missing. The strategy journey framework is comprised of 5 models that enable a business or organization to navigate their way through the 5 stages of their journey, from strategy design and into strategy execution, before starting again, having learnt from both successes and failures to continuously improve, innovate, and evolve. The 5 models of the strategy journey framework enable organizations to practically and holistically align strategy and planning with strategy execution to achieve the most optimal business outcomes as they change their business. They are the mission model, the business model, the value model, the operating model, and the transformation model. So let's go through each of these 5 models in detail to describe how they work. The mission model is where you work out and define what is the purpose of the business, what is the mission and vision, what are the organizational values, and develop a business blueprint and game plans to bring these to life for your organization. What are the clear goals and objectives or milestones to drive the business forward, of course? These are all essential to lead your team and your customers, to motivate them into action, and to be followers of your business and organization. The business model is where you work through who are the customers, in what way will your business or organization be interacting with them? Are there enough of them with the right level of affordability or purchasing power? What is the product mix and pricing? Can products and services be packaged in a way that allows you to price them, to make a decent margin or profit? What are the distribution networks and platforms required to commercialize the business and derive profit growth? How will you reach your customers based on where they are is more important than ever before with the rise of digital marketplaces or platforms versus the traditional channels like distributors, agents, shop fronts, and mail order. What are the funding and asset strategies required? Both of these are often missed when defining the business model. What sets the strategy journey framework apart from existing methods is that it takes the other methods out there and layers these 2 elements on top as part of designing the business model, especially one that not only presents potential, but that is able to capture and execute on that potential and the opportunities presented. The value model is all about identifying and defining what constitutes value to customers and different stakeholders. What capabilities does the business need to build along its value chain, service value streams, and customer journeys? It's important to consider the outside-in view as well as the inside view out. What do I mean by this? The outside view in takes the point of view of customers, regulators, governments, and society as a whole, all key factors that affect the brand of the business, while the inside view out takes the viewpoint of people, including staff across all levels and what they do, all the key factors that are affected by the culture of the organization. What are the gaps and opportunities where you can capitalize? Probably the most important aspect of a business and organization in today's rapidly changing ecosystem is the operating model. It is the execution engine where everything happens, and is what supports the entire business and organization from whether it can actually deliver the business model, deliver value through changes, change with the times to stay in or ahead of the game, and achieve the organization's mission and vision. The operating model covers how, where, and when is the organization operating, using people, process, data, and technology resources. How are current performance and capacity, and what are the current problems that need attention? The operating model is key to strategy execution, as it is how the business or organization is running itself. And finally, the transformation model, which covers how to change and adapt the business and organization as the ecosystem around it changes. What's the plan or roadmap for the future? How will you align change initiatives to ensure delivery of strategic outcomes? In today's highly digital world, which is changing faster than ever before, dominated by new technologies and rising customer expectations, which are both changing human behavior at a faster rate than ever, a business or organization's ability to change and transform is key to success. The difference between success and failure comes down to alignment across the 5 models of the strategy journey. It comes down to alignment of strategies and tactics that have been designed with actions that are executed. Whether you are a corporate in a large organization, working in a small or growing startup, or you have a portfolio of different projects that you are running and/or managing, you can use the strategy journey framework as a guidance system to navigate your business ventures, to overcome obstacles, and move towards success using an aligned and holistic approach. Remember that a business is not just a legal entity that exists to add value via the exchange of products and/or services for income or revenue at a cost, thereby generating a profit. Yes, they are all important to a business, and we will show you how to work on these in the framework. But business is also a game, played by multiple parties, seeking to score points, achieve outcomes aligned to its vision and goals, such as winning the game, gaining a number 1 ranking, building customer loyalty, building assets to be stronger and improve, turning a profit. In any game such as Monopoly or football, it takes several rounds involving many strategies and tactics to score lots of little wins that ultimately accumulate into a big win. This is the same in games and sport as in business. In the Strategy Journey framework, we provide a detailed methodology that breaks things down into achievable strategies and tactics, and providing the tools and techniques using templates and illustrative case studies to help you win small, a lot, in order to win big. Business strategy is the method or process taken in the attempts to win in the game of business. It is a journey to produce outcomes. The Strategy Journey and its 5-model framework will help you to navigate your way successfully through your business journey with the best strategies possible, and enabling your business and your organization to execute with success along the way to its target and future state. If you haven't already done so, you can get access to the full methodology, including the why, what, and how of the Strategy Journey framework, as well as templates and exercises, along with illustrative case studies in the book. In the book, as well as many other courses offered by the Stratability Academy, both online or at one of our courses and workshops, you will learn how to apply strategy, combining both hearts and minds in a holistic way, from concept to implementation using the 5 models of the Strategy Journey framework. Get your copy of the book at www.strategyjourney.com.